Hey everybody, welcome back to Real Good Pilates. I'm Michelle, and today I've got for you a short and sweet reformer jump board workout. So it's going to be nice and quick and a good way to get in a quick burst of cardio, get your heart rate up a little bit, and a really good workout for your lower body. Okay, so we're going to do a quick warm up before we start jumping. Have on 3 heavy red springs. You're welcome to do a little less if that feels like too much, but I'm gonna go for 3 reds. And then come on down to your backs, and we're gonna get a little bit of footwork going to warm our legs up. So place your heels on, sitting bone distance apart, nice and parallel. The lower your feet are on the jump board, the bigger your range of motion will be, and also the bigger the stretch for your ankles. So you kind of determine your sweet spot. Try your best to get your heels as close to the jump board as you can. And then find a nice neutral spine. Lower back is curved. You're going to take a breath in through your nose to prepare. As you exhale, you're just going to straighten your legs and push the carriage out, and then bring it back with control. Out and in. Good. Reach and return. So quick workout today. So we're going to try to get moving and keep moving to get a nice, effective kind of flow going on. So really getting that nice even tempo, taking the same amount of time to straighten your legs as it does to bend your legs. Good, and your knees are getting fully extended without locking out and getting stuck. Now we're going to add on some variation here. So push out and hold. Without jostling your pelvis, lift one leg up to tabletop. Now leave the leg up and slowly come in on your single leg, and then replace the foot at the bottom. Now do that again. You're going to push out on 2 feet, lift the opposite leg up, return the carriage on 1 foot, and then replace it at the bottom. So 2 feet to push out, lift 1 up, and return the carriage on a single leg. So what this does is it challenges the second half of the exercise. As we bring the carriage in on just 1 leg, we're doubling up the amount of spring tension for that single leg. So we're letting that lengthening phase of the contraction have twice as much load. So really good way to challenge the muscles and get some nice strength going on for the thighs. Good, you guys. Now you're going to push out, lift 1 leg up and hold. Now we're going to come in and push out on the single leg. So now we've got that double weight going in both directions, lower and lift. Make sure you're tracking the knee directly over the toes. When you straighten your leg, get your heel all the way down on the jump board for 2. Good. Last one, push out and hold, and let's switch legs here. Replace the foot, lift the other leg, push long, and then start to come in and out. Bend and stretch. Good. If this is too heavy, you can decrease the springs. Push and pull. Let's do 3 more here. 2. Last one, push all the way out. Let's finish with both feet on the jump board, and then bend both your knees to come all the way in. Oh, very good, you guys. Good challenge for those quads. Now let's push out on 2 legs and get our feet and ankles moving a little bit. So push away, find your nice long extended leg, and then you're going to lift your heels up and place them down. Lift them up. Place them down. Now the closer your feet are to the bottom of the jump board, the more range of motion you're going to have here for the ankles. So kind of adjust the feet around until you feel like you get enough movement. Yeah, the carriage is just going to move a little bit, maybe an inch back and forth as you lift the heels up and down. Good. Now when you place the heels down, I want you to lift your toes up and then switch. So I do a heel raise and then a toe raise. So we're also working the muscles on the front of the shins and the top of the feet. Very good. Let's do 4 more. Rocking from the heels to the toes. Very good. All right, now pause with your heels lifted, and we're just going to run through our feet a little bit. So you're going to touch 1 heel to the board and switch. switch, switch. Now you won't get a huge range of motion, but you should get a nice stretch for the arch of the foot on the lifted heel side. So really pushing that ankle forward to stretch out the bottom of the foot. So kind of opening up the sole of the foot, the metatarsals, getting that stretch going on. Now pause with one heel down, one heel up. Now we'll get a little better calf stretch. Keep the feet in this orientation, and you're gonna bend the knee of the heel that's on the jump board and then straighten that knee. Same side, bend the jump board knee, stretch the jump board knee. So now you're keeping that stretch for the lifted heel foot under the arch, and then we're kind of going in and out of a nice calf stretch for the lowered heel side. Good, let's do two more. Down and up, down and up, and then let's switch. Opposite heel up and down, and then start to bend and stretch the side with the heel touching the jump board. Good, lower and lift. Bend as much as you can without letting that heel come off the board. Good, still maintaining your neutral pelvis. Two more. Good, now pause with both heels lifted and then come all the way down to the bottom. All right, hug your knees to your chest, roll your ankles around a little bit, and now we're gonna get to jumping. So come up and you're gonna decrease your springs. I'm gonna do one red and one blue spring, kind of a medium tension. If you want heavier, do two red springs. Okay, and then we're gonna come back down. Have your headrest boosted up at least a little bit to give your neck some support, and then come down onto your back. Okay, so we're gonna go back to where we started for our warm-up, which is parallel, hip width distance apart. Let's be in your nice neutral spine if that feels good with your slight low back curve. If being more imprinted while we're jumping works better for you, that is also fine. So here we go. We're gonna inhale to get ready. Feel your tail and your ribs heavy on the mat. And then as we exhale, we're just gonna spring off the board, rolling off of the feet, toe ball heel, and heel ball toe as we land and press. That's it. So this should feel nice and smooth and continuous. Yes, so there's no stops and starts. It's almost like a circular movement. It kind of never ends, just keeps going. Good. Get the heels as close to the jump board as you can to give that ankle a nice stretch. Let's do three more. Last two, and then last one. Whew. Very nice. All right, let's take our feet into a V now. So heels together, toes apart in the middle of the board. You want to kind of favor the top half of the board with your feet so you're able to keep your back nice and stable. Inhale, get ready. Exhale, we're going to jump in this V. The heels are going to stay touching the whole entire time so they never disconnect. Good. When you land, your knees open wide into a diamond shape. Very good. And then inner thighs connect at the top. We'll do three more. 2, 1, and then come all the way in. Whew, so good. All right, go back to parallel, but this time have your knees and ankles all the way together. So your inner thighs are connected. And then on your exhale, we'll jump from here. Good. So getting some nice air time, pushing hard enough that you feel like you're actually leaving the jump board for a good amount of time. Good. You want to get your knees fully extended in the air with your toes reaching on every jump. 2, and then rest on 1. Whew. Okay, we're going to go back to turned out, but now you're going to be in a big, wide, turned out second position squat. Have your toes out in the corners of the jump board, 45 degrees of rotation, and then exhale, start to jump from here. So now nice wide position. Should feel like you can really crease at the front of the hips as you land. That's it. Whew. I know our legs are starting to burn. Try to push through it. Try not to let the quality of your jumps degrade. Try to keep that nice control through the feet for 3, 2, heavy ribs, last one, and relax. Amazing. Okay, drop your knees side to side for a second. Let your thighs recover. Okay, our next set, we're gonna leave our feet here in this wide turned out squat, and we're gonna do some beats. So in the air, the heels will touch, and then you'll land back wide. So here we go, some good inner and outer thighs. So same position, turned out, feet are in the corners. As we exhale and jump, I click my heels to meet in the center, and then land back to the corners. In, out, Good, still getting to those fully long legs. Good, try to come back to your breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, if you're game for a challenge, try to click your heels together 2 times. In, land, beat, land. 2 times land. Whoo, you gotta move fast. And you might have to jump harder to give yourself more air time for 3, 2, and then 1. Oh, so good. All right, shake your legs out. Now we're gonna go into one quick set of single leg jumps. So as we know, when we go to one leg, the weight feels twice as heavy. I'm gonna stay on these same springs. If this is too intense for you, drop down a little bit. So we're gonna take our feet hip width apart and parallel, lift one leg up to tabletop. Try to have that tabletop knee directly over your hip. On your exhale, start to jump off of that single leg, landing with your heel in line with hip at the bottom. Good, so we're getting pulled back in a little faster. Try to still get some good air time for 2, and then 1, come all the way down. Whew. Okay, let's try that on the other side. So line the heel up with your sitting bone, and then we jump and land. Good, still keeping all of the nice technique that we had on 2 feet onto this single leg. Ooh, I know we're getting tired. Come back to your breath as we need it here. 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Oh, so good, you guys. Okay, one more set of single leg jumps, except now instead of landing perfectly in line with your hip every time, you're gonna jump your foot from side to side a little bit, okay? If this doesn't feel good on your hip or your knee, you can just repeat another set of landing in that perfect alignment, okay? So lift one leg up, you're gonna take a jump and then land towards one side of the jump board and then the other. And it doesn't have to be a huge extreme movement, just try to land narrower than your hip and then wider than your hip. In and then out. Good, you guys, try to keep the rest of your body stable. Good, and your knee should still go right over your toes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Whew. Okay, let's try that on the other side. So you can start with your foot in line with your heel, find your tabletop, and then start jumping across and open. Across and open. Still keep the knee and toe pointing up towards the ceiling. Good, you guys. It's good to train our joints in some of these unconventional positions. Yes, because life isn't always perfect. When we're out in the real world, we're going to be experiencing all different positions in our legs. So it's good to train for that here. Last 3, 2, 1, and then come on down. Whew. Love it. Okay, come on up. We have one last super short little set, and we're gonna go heavier for it. So I'm gonna go up to 2 red springs. All right, you listen to your body. If your legs are still dying, you're welcome to stay on that previous spring setting. So now come back onto your backs. Okay, we're gonna take our feet parallel hip width distance apart, and then we're gonna stagger our legs, almost like we're mid-stride. So one foot is gonna be closer to the top of the jump board. The other foot is gonna slide down closer to the bottom of the jump board. Okay, still hip width distance apart. Your top heel should be able to touch the jump board. Your bottom heel will not be able to touch the jump board, okay? So keeping square through your hips is number 1, and then just try to be kind of pliable through the feet, all right? So now let's take a couple of jumps here, landing with these feet in the same position. So same foot is ending up high and low. Just kind of get used to, again, this kind of unconventional position. And it feels interesting because our legs are starting not from the same place. So it's okay if like your bottom knee doesn't get fully straight. It's all good. Just kind of experiment with how to get a nice smooth square jump from here. 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Whew. Okay, switch, bring your other leg up. New foot slides to the bottom, and then we'll jump from here. Good, up and down. That's it. Even if the legs aren't perfectly identical, the pelvis and the spine should be so solid. Good, do your best to get the legs as straight as you can. 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Whew. Okay, next we're going to go into a fun little pattern. So let's start with our left foot high and our right foot low. So we're in this kind of staggered stance. We're going to do 2 big jumps, landing with your left foot high. So keeping that same position. Then we'll stay low and do 3 like moonwalk switches. The legs will stay bent and we'll just slide the feet back and forth 3 times to switch with now our right leg high. 2 big jumps, and then 3 low switches. All right, let's give this a try. So left foot high, right foot low. We take our 2 big jumps here, land with the same feet in the same position. Now stay down, switch 1, 2, 3. Other side, jump, land, switch, switch, switch. New side, 2 jumps, 3 switches, down, staying low, couple more, jump, and then quick switch, switch, switch. Good, you guys. So on those switches, don't worry about your feet. Just slide them back and forth, little bit of a hop. And then stay low, feel those glutes firing. Good. Let's do 2 more whole sets. 3 switches, so good. Last time, jump, finish with your 3 switches, 2, 1, and then you can relax. Whew. All right, bring your feet up to the top of the jump board. Kind of shake your legs in and out. You can roll your feet around in some little circles. Good, you guys. All right, roll over to your side to come up. And we're going to give our thighs a nice stretch. They definitely earned it. So come down to 1 red spring, and we'll take our single thigh stretch. So place your outside foot on the ground, inside foot against the shoulder block. Grab your jump board, bring your body up tall, and then on your exhale, sink down into your thigh stretch. And then back up. Good, you guys. We really got some good work for the legs, the quads, the feet, the ankles, all that good stuff. So give them a nice stretch. Say thank you for all that good work. Good. Let's do 1 more. Good. Now take your outside arm, reach it forward with your palm up, and let's do a couple with rotation. So as you sink into your stretch, you're going to twist away from your machine and then return and face front, closing the arm. So drop and rotate and then stack back up. Good. Your abs are super active here. Squeeze through the glutes. You don't want to feel like you're sinking or collapsing into that lower back. So nice. Let's go for 1 more. Good. All right, let's try that on the other side. So scooch over. We'll do a couple regular and then a couple with a twist. So squeezing the back glute, open through that quad, and then try to keep your body tall as you sink your hips forward and then back. Exhale. Very good. So the front knee stays bent. Your weight can kind of shift back a little bit, but it's more bent than straight on that front knee. Good. Now reach your outside arm front and add the rotation without collapsing into the lumbar. Find a nice twist and then return back up. Yeah, that rotation can help the stretch to travel up a little higher. So you might feel a little bit of that stretch going up into your oblique, up high through the psoas. Good. 2 more. Staying nice and vertical. Last one. And with that, we are all done. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick, lower body focused cardio jump workout. I hope you loved it, and I can't wait to see you back here on the Reformer with me very soon. So I will see you then. Bye. You did it. Way to go on completing today's workout. I hope you feel amazing. If you want to see even more from Real Good Pilates, click the link down below or right up here to head to my website and claim your 7-day free trial for the Real Good Pilates on-demand subscription platform, where you'll find even more fun and challenging ways to work out with me that are all completely ad-free. Plus tons of subscription exclusive workouts that you won't find anywhere else. So I hope you'll try it out, and I can't wait for you to join me for even more Real Good Pilates. I'll see you over there. Bye.